Hey guys, Andrew here with Nashville Severe Weather, and we are going to talk some flash flooding here for a few minutes. So let a few folks join us here. Got the link up on Twitter. I think we got some people jumping on. Good deal. Well, hey guys, welcome. This is Andrew with Nashville Severe Weather. David's over on Twitter. He is doing the usual tweeting over there during our bad weather, and in this case tonight it's a bunch of rain. No severe thunderstorm warnings are in effect, any tornado warnings, anything like that. This is just us jumping on here. We're going to talk about flash flooding for a few minutes and talk a little bit about our creeks, rivers, and streams around here. Been doing some watching of the river gauges or creek gauges around here, and this is a perfect type of event for those to come up, and they are, and they're coming up at a pretty good pace. So you're looking at a radar loop here. This is over the past couple hours here, and a lot of rain. I mean, it's no breaking news to anybody that there's heavy rain coming through. You've all seen it. It's rained pretty hard in most areas, and right now, heaviest rain is coming through the western part of downtown here, from really Fontenelle on down to the 440 loop around Vanderbilt down into Forest Hills, and even some heavy rain back in Bellevue there a little bit ago. But you see the pinks and the reds there. That is some really, really heavy rain, and it's a lot of water that just comes down really fast. All right, so that's what the pinks and reds are there, and we're going to turn the loop off and just show you. But that is where the heaviest rain is right now. That's coming right through the current flash flood warning that's in effect until 10 o'clock. Your phones went off probably if you're within the warning. I know mine did. Hope yours did as well. But this warning is in effect. It's a flash flood warning in effect until 10 o'clock. And it could be extended, not real sure with this heavier rain coming through, but the current warning that impacts basically everybody south of the 2465 loop up on the north side of downtown, all the way down to Franklin, and then pretty much all the way east to west across both counties. That is your polygon for a flash flood warning that's in effect due to that heavier rain that came through earlier, and the water is rushing into the streams and local rivers. All right, so that's what's going on. Let's take a little bit of a tour here around some of the local streams, and let me show you this. These are some numbers here. I know you can't see this real well, but I'm going to read it. These are real up-to-date numbers. This is the stream gauge for Mill Creek, who often causes problems. It gets pretty upset pretty easily, and this is down at the Nolensville gauge. The Nolensville gauge to Mill Creek is actually north, right on the Davidson-Williamson County line, just kind of north of town in Nolensville. And so it's reading 9.17 right now. Action stage is 11 feet. That's when you really kind of start looking at it. It's 11 feet is kind of when it starts coming over roads there right near the gauge. Culbertson Road. You got Pettis Road there. That's Bluff Road there, Bluff and Culberson Roads there. So it's getting pretty close to that, and it's about 9 feet now, and it's rising pretty quickly. All right, so this here, let's switch to this next one. This is going to be Richland Creek, and over near Harding. Richland Creek is currently at 868. All right, so it's not rising very fast. In fact, it looks like it's crested. It went from 826 down to 771. So it looks like it's crested at about 8.26 feet, and that is above flood stage. So flood stage is 7 feet there. And so it looks like Richland Creek is in flood stage, at least for a little while longer. And then the next one here is, let's see, this is going to be Browns Creek up near the fairgrounds. And it's running, let's see, it was 729. Yeah, it's at 7.29 now. And that was at, was that back at 9 o'clock? So that's a little bit out of date. But 7.29 was the last reading we had there at Browns Creek. So those are a couple of creeks and rivers that can come up pretty quickly. And the good thing is they go down pretty fast, usually after a rain like this. We see these fairly often. The creeks will go up real fast, and they'll come back down. That's probably what will happen with this. This is not that unusual. But that does not negate the fact that you got to be careful around these creeks, and even more so the streams that we don't know about, the small creeks that run along roads. You just can't drive through that water because it's moving really fast. All right, so So that's kind of what we're looking at. Now, here's the issue, though. We have more rain coming in, okay? So Richland Creek, which is up in here, has more rain coming through it right now, all right? So there's more water coming into the watersheds, and so that could cause some issues a little bit later as well. So flash flood warning in effect until 10 o'clock. That is for about another 15 minutes or so, and that is going to, we'll see if they extend that. We're not real sure. Sometimes they do on flash flood warnings if there's still rain hanging around. But nonetheless, really, the main point is be real careful if you're out there tonight driving around. It's just not real good. So let's back out a little bit. Let me show you what is going on in the rest of Middle Tennessee, so you kind of have some context of what we're dealing with the rest of the night. So this wave of rain was pretty strong and pretty heavy, a lot of lightning with it. It's very electrical line of storms as it kind of moved northeast and came through, so it was pretty noisy. So that has pretty much weakened. It's lifted to the northeast and north of us pretty much, other than this one remaining cell coming through Metro right now. Now, a little bit later, we'll have some clearing. Okay, so we'll get a break. Tomorrow, we're looking still at a line of storms to come through, and I'm sorry I don't have the models pulled up right now, but we're looking at another line of storms that could be pretty significant. It could be. We're looking to see, we're watching the models closely to see what they show, but I know HRRR, for example, is showing a pretty hefty line of storms coming through tomorrow evening. So we're going to watch that and cross that bridge when we get there. However, it could be a little bit bumpy tomorrow night. All right. So yeah, Will was just texting me over here. He's over on taking reports as well. So if you see flooding, if you see anything that resembles severe weather, but especially right now, some flooding, if you see flooding occurring, make sure, first of all, that you're safe. Second of all, let us know about that. We would love to know. Use hashtag TSpotter in a tweet, and we'll shoot that over to the Weather Service and let them know about that. So he's showing, he was just texting me a picture of this radar image. These are like really heavy rain returns, okay? Once you get into these purples here, around 5 points there in East Nashville, once you get into these purples, man, it is, it's a frog strangler. All those words we use around here, man, it is really heavy rain, all right? So good thing is it won't last long. That's going to be a quick shot of heavy rain, a wall of water, and it's going to lighten up some. But, man, that is some heavy stuff there. All right, tell you what, let me... David's telling me a flash flood warning has been extended to 11:30. All right. So, yes, I see that now. So new flash flood warning in effect now until 11:30. And basically it looks like an extension of the previous warning. Okay. So the previous warning has been extended till 11:30. That doesn't surprise me in the least. With the additional rain coming through, the creeks, rivers, and streams are running pretty high. Cumberland's doing good. Cumberland takes a while to respond to heavy rains, okay? So everything flows, to your local pond, your creek, your stream near your house, and then it flows downhill from there into the bigger rivers and creeks, and then finally into the Cumberland. So Cumberland is kind of the last place the water hits. And it can handle quite a bit of water. So that's where all this is flowing. All right. Hey, we're going to jump off of here. Again, flash flood warning in effect till 11:30 tonight. That's for Davidson and Williamson counties, basically north of Franklin, or from Franklin to the north, and then from about the 24-65 split on the north side of downtown down to the south, and then go left and right all the way across the county borders there. And that's who's covered in this. You see the green polygon there. So that's who's covered in the flash flood warning. There are other warnings out there for other counties as well. Very heavy rain tonight. So we'll see how tomorrow goes. You guys have a great rest of the night. Stay tuned over on Twitter. David and the rest of us will be over there on Twitter, keeping you all updated for tonight. And then also tomorrow. It may get a little bit bumpy, but we'll be over there for sure on Twitter. Y'all have a good night. Talk to you later.